Hi, this is Cuixia speaking, and I'm with my mentor Shelly together. We are doing the debriefing after last last teaching. Hi, Shelly.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
Yes, nice to see you, Jessica. Right. So should we walk to the standard 2? So we're doing the standard 2.
Okay.
What do you think about my teaching? Do you have any question? For the first one. Develop and value students and promotes positive and respectful interaction among students to help them learn to respect each other.
Yeah.
I think I have this because my students in this classroom, they can very comfortable to work with each other and didn't refuse me to did not work with other students. And you also can see in the video.
Yeah, I can see that they respect each other, they respect you, they respect their peers, and overall activities are going on smoothly, and it's a well-organized lesson. Yeah, I see the respectfulness.
Thank you. And for the differentiation, so differentiated instruction to address students' interest in learning preference, reading, and special needs.
Yeah.
So in the video, sometimes I will call some student's name because there's one student who was left for 1 week. And I asked the student to do some review, but based on the teaching, I know the student didn't do it. So sometimes I will just call the student's name to remind the students where we are. And you already notice it. There's a very active learner in the classroom.
Yeah.
And every time I need to call the student's name to trying to let the students focus on what we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see that you paid special attention to those who are especially active or who, as you said, had missed lessons because of other issues. I can definitely see a strong differentiation in your class because I saw the stations you have organized for students and how you assigned different tasks for different stations. I especially like how you ask them to rotate every 20 minutes so that I guess in a way their interests, learning preferences, and readiness are addressed to in the rotation of the tasks.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Let's see our next one. I have the timer for each of the work. Do you remember?
Yep.
So I have the timer when they do the project.
Yeah.
So they can finish it on time, although they didn't finish. And I told them if you cannot finish in this time, it will be your homework. So it's kind of like effective way to push them, try them fast, pay attention to the project.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think here it says appropriate and timely accommodations. So I think, well, when they didn't finish tasks on time, you did make appropriate suggestions. So I think you realized this standard.
Thank you. And also, after the class, you can see the formative assessment on their notebooks. Sometimes you also can see it in the video because I asked them just immediately make a sentence for me, and we share out. So that is also make the students, is immediately just right away to do this work, and you are going to share one by one.
Yeah.
So everyone needed to have one answer.
Yeah.
So this one I think is kind of make the students feel, I must need to do this part, Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the assessments from the homework they did, and I also saw assessments you carried out throughout the whole lesson. Yeah, so I would say there's a lot of formative assessments going on in your lesson.
Thank you. All right, let's see our next one. Oh, that is a standard 2. Oh, yes, and multiple perspective across the curriculum. understand diversity of the local community, nation, and the global. As you can see, there's one for the inquiry about the pet.
Yes.
So I didn't give the specific let the students talk about any other countries. I just give a general questions, let them to answer, so they can have their own ideas about it. And we also did a presentation about the Chinese family last topic. What we did and is about the family like traditions, and the students did it. As you can see, the students' notebook, and they have a feedback to each other. So first, I choose 2 students to present it in the class. And the students, some of the students did all in Chinese. Some of the students did Chinese and English together. But for the other students, they need to fill out the feedback form, and they can choose one of the students who did it in the class, like in the whole class. They can choose, and then they're going to do all people in their table, because after we have very limited time in one lesson. So I just randomly choose 2 persons to present in the class, and then the rest of all the students, they're going to present in their groups. So there's one thing I noticed it for some of the students, they're not so comfortable, confident to present a presentation in the whole class.
Sure.
But they are very confident to present in a small group.
I see.
Yeah. So, and I feel that way is also give more time for those students, especially they lack of the courage or confidence to do that. And they have more time to do it. So,
I think what you did also links to differentiated instruction. As you said, some students have maybe stage fright when they are standing in front of the whole class. So I think that's how you address students' different learning preferences. And I think you addressed it in a very considerate way.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I did notice that you took the multiple perspectives into consideration when you planned the topic of pets. So I know that you didn't include any country's name when you ask them to talk. Some general questions.
I
think that's a good way.
Last time I already have kind of a disaster, so I think I might just change it, adjust it. So I think that works very well for the station work, and every people feel comfortable to do it, and they just have their have their own ideas about it. I didn't mention any kind of any kind of a country, certain country to think about it. So that's very good.
I think that's very good.
I think so for the content, to make the content accessible, what I did before I talk about the letter, I have the students. Before I talk about how to write a letter, I gave the materials for the students, them to make summary, what we need. So, and I provide English and Chinese version, because, everyone maybe they are not familiar about to write a letter in Chinese, but they are familiar with how to write a letter in English. So I provide 2 versions about it, so they can easily to get to take out their background information, background knowledge about how to write a letter.
I think you when you introduced how to write a letter, I think your strategies are very effective, because you, as you said, you provided both versions, both English and Chinese characters version, I think, and also you invited themselves to summarize the main points when they should do when they write a letter. I think that's effective to enable them to think themselves rather than telling them what to do.
Thank you. So because last time when I finished my teaching, and I realized I really didn't use a lot of technology in that teaching. So that's why I make a little bit adjust about my teaching. I have some of the technology part for my teaching. So this time for the station work, we have cooperation skills for using technology. So they use the Google Slide to do their project with partner, and they can edit this slide at the same time. So I think this I asked them, they said they never do it before, and it's totally new for them. At the beginning, some of the students kind of stressed out how to access Google, how to do it in the class, but at last we sat down and the students feel, oh, that's cool. So, and that also make me feel like, I saw that they already knew, but actually no, they didn't know about it. For me, it's kind of normal because I use it every time. It's very familiar with it, and I just like to take a guarantee they already knew how to do it. But until I realized, they don't know about it, and that's kind of a little bit like surprise for me as well. But the students like the Kahoot. That is also good, but Kahoot is only for limited things we can do in the class, maybe just for the vocabulary. But if you can cooperate with with all the people to use a Google Slide or Google Docs, so it's not just for them as a student. It's convenient. As an adult, as a teacher, we also think it's very convenient. It's also you can just share to somebody, and you can just have that slide. At the same time, if you don't want to have it, and then you can copy one to be yourself, and you can edit it. Right. And it's also it's keep you updating every time when you're editing. So you need to remind yourself, don't forget to save it, otherwise you will lose the data, right? So it's just when you type, it will automatically save everything. So I think it's very, very useful.
I think that should be great for you for introducing Google Doc to them. If they have never tried Google Doc and group work on technology before. I think it's important for them to cooperate with each other in terms of using technology. And I think this is not just for them, for what they are doing at the moment. This is also good for their future, because I'm sure that in the future they are going to be asked to work with somebody else and using the most advanced technology.
That's true. I agree with you. At the same time, that's why I think like small station work is also helpful. You only need to help only 4 students at one time. Otherwise, if you have all of them at the same time, some of the students might just turn it down, right? And just I don't. Just get stressed because they don't know how to do it. It's not just for them. Like even for both, like you and me, when we're learning a new things and we cannot apply it well, and we will feel like so stressed, right? And feel uncomfortable to do it.
Again, this I think you did very well in differentiated instruction. I think what you said, grouping and pairing is a very important part to effectively differentiated classroom.
Thank you. I think that's all for today's briefing. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.